Hey everybody, I thought I'd put together a short 20-minute yoga flow that you could do all from a chair. The only prop I plan to use is a yoga strap, but if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or even a tie that goes around a robe, anything along those lines, but it'll help you with some leg stretches and some arm stretches that we'll do later. You'll see me over the course kind of move around just so you can see full expressions of the poses, but you don't need to. You can just stay seated in one comfy spot. For a chair, if you want a little bit more mobility, I would suggest a chair that maybe doesn't have arms, but you can certainly do this anywhere, even a recliner works great. So let's first start off class the way we do most yoga classes, with just sort of sitting with the breath. So I'm going to sit with my palms open on my thighs, close my eyes down, and just take a couple moments to acknowledge my breath. Feel it come in and out of the body. Letting go of anything that happened before you started this video and anything you have on your to-do list for later today. Let the next 20 minutes just be some time for you to connect with your breath, stretch in your body, and take care of yourself. If you'd like to set an intention for class, feel free to do so now. We'll just move into a little bit of breath work. So let's be mindful of our breath as we breathe in for 3, hold for 3, and exhale for 3. Let's do that again. Breathe in for 3 as we feel our chest and our belly expand. Hold the breath at the top for 3, and then exhale. And let's continue on with that a couple more rounds, just going at your own pace, breathing in as deep as you feel comfortable, then holding and feeling that air move the different areas of your body, hopefully loosening up some muscles, and then exhaling out any stale air that's trapped in the lungs. Again, we'll breathe in, hold at the top, and exhale. Let the eyes flutter open. Sort of give the neck and the body a little bit of movement. And now let's find a nice stable place to sit. So the first way I like to do that is I like to lean a little too far forward, pull back a little bit, and then find what we'll call a neutral spine. That's usually so you feel like the top of your head is connecting up with the ceiling. You feel really well rooted in your seat too. Then we'll go ahead and inhale up with the arms coming up to the ceiling, and exhale per center. Let's do that again. Inhale up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come to prayer center. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Really good. Now just let the arms hang, or you can place them on your thighs, and we'll do some nice head rolls. So we're just going to roll one way, stopping if you feel any of the crunchies and maybe going back and forth a little bit, and then continuing to roll around. And let's do that same thing, opposite side. And stopping again if you feel anything, maybe letting a little extra in the back always feels nice for me. We'll come up, looking center again. We'll look over to the right. Maybe bob the head up and down a little bit. Center, over to the left, bobbing up and down. Let's get a little bit more into the side body and the neck even. We'll reach the hand up high, leaning over to the side. My right hand is up, my left ear is sort of rolling back and forth towards my shoulder. And then let the left hand come down. Right hand comes up, left ear to left shoulder. Rolling around there too. I feel a nice stretch through my side body. And then go ahead and let that go. We'll lift the left arm up again. Right hand's going to come to left elbow. And see if you can relax your shoulders down, but just start to move that left hand down the back. So I'll move now so you can see what I'm doing from the back. So it's just this. And you can do this, you can do this, whatever feels good in the body. And then we'll let that go. Lift the hands up again and do the same thing opposite side. So if you'd like to get a little extra stretch in the triceps, you can do that by pulling down on the arm with the left hand pulling down on the right elbow. And then let go and shake that out. And we'll do some nice shoulder rolls. So first rolling the shoulders down, up towards the ears and down towards the back. And then let's do the same thing opposite side as we're coming forward to the front. And let that go. Do a couple arm rolls now too. So just sort of like a swimmer, but with one arm, doing a backstroke. I like to go for 3. And then let that go, balancing out, we'll do it with the left arm. And let that go. And then both arms. So just sort of like you're in the pool doing a backstroke. And obviously, if this is painful at all, maybe think about modifying with your arms so you know your body best. If this doesn't feel good, don't do it. Or kind of play with something and see what works better. Shake that out, and now we'll do our breaststroke. So we're just swimming forward. If you want even more, you could always sort of rotate the whole upper body or just move into the shoulders. Whatever feels good. And then we'll let that go. And we're going to do some wrist and hand warm-ups. I know that a lot of people have really discomfort from arthritis in their hands. So I'll show you a couple of different variations. Hopefully something works well for you. So let's start by just shaking everything out. And now I'm going to intertwine my fingers and push forward. Now, if this doesn't feel good because it hurts your hands, think about just touching your fingertips. Perhaps that would be better. You can still get that nice stretch in your back. And now if you do have your hands interlaced, and you can even play with maybe loosening that grip if it's too tight. But now we'll flip the opposite way, so now the palms are facing the front of the room. But again, if you have arthritis, perhaps this feels better. Whatever works. You might still feel it in the wrist, which is really what we're going for. Now, if you do have your hands interlaced, let's let go of that, and we'll just do a couple of these guys. I feel this in through my wrists, and then we'll rotate outwards. And then same thing back through. If you notice your arms getting a little fatigued, that's totally normal. And stretch out as far as you can, and let that go. So now we'll move into cat-cows, which in yoga we sometimes do from like a crawling position, from tabletop, but you can certainly do that from your chair. So hands come out straight, and our back is neutral right now, just like the back we've been using this whole time. And now we'll move into cow. So think about broadening through the shoulder blades, maybe letting the head dip back. And then cat, as you give yourself a cat back, curling all the way down. I'm going to go ahead and move and show you this from the side version. So here's neutral spine. And now let's open up into that cow. And then curl down into that cat. One more time. Opening up, cow, curling, cat. And we'll come back to center. Let's do half sun salutations, sunnies from a seated position. So sun salutations are things that we've already done. We're going to raise up to the sky. And this time the hands will come through center, but will come into a forward fold to the degree that you feel comfortable. So just sort of bending forward. And let the head go, let everything dangle. And then we'll come up to what's halfway lift. So think of really engaging your abs and straightening your back. And forward fold again. Reach all the way up to the ceiling. Hands to heart center, mountain pose. Let's move through it again. Inhale, reach up. And then we're going to go ahead and forward fold down. Halfway lift and back down. Reach all the way up. Hands through heart center, mountain pose. Now we'll go ahead and add on. We're going to do a little flow here. So we'll inhale, reach up, and then we'll come back to that forward fold. We've been here before. Up through, halfway lift, all the way down, forward fold. Come all the way up, hands through heart center, mountain pose. Now we'll go ahead and add on. We're going to reach up to the sky and then twist over to the left, opening up. And you can play with it here. If it feels good to look towards the hand that's extended towards the front of the room, that's great. Looking to the side of the room works. And then also if you want even a deeper stretch towards that back hand. And we'll come back up through center and then open up on the opposite side. Again, head and neck should go whichever way feels best for you. Reach up through center, back down, mountain pose. All right, let's slow it one more time. Inhale, reach up, come all the way down to a forward fold. We'll halfway lift, come back down, reach up, all the way through, mountain pose, reach up, twist to the left, come back through center, twist to the right, come back through center, and all the way through. Let's do a couple of ab crunches. So this can all be done from seated, and we're just really playing with engaging our ab muscles and using the weight of our legs to really help our core become active. So I'm going to start by straightening my legs and then slowly lifting them. And you can keep your knees bent, but I feel this in my low belly, and the more I lean back, the more I can feel it. So we'll just do a couple more of these and then let that go. We'll do it one more time. Again, I'm going to lean back a little bit, lifting the legs. I even feel it in my psoas. I'm going to be lifting, and now let's add in some flutter kicks. So just crossing feet in front of one another. Feel my legs light up. Feel my abs a little bit here too. And then let that go. All right, let's move into some deeper shoulder and arm openers. So here we're going to use our strap. We'll also be using this for some leg stretches. So let's go ahead and get into where we're stretching both parts of our shoulder. I'll be turning around to show you this, but what you're going to do is you're going to put your strap in your left hand, have it come around the back. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to hold the strap too. And you can start to move your hands towards one another to give yourself a deeper stretch. So let me show you that from the back. Left hand with the strap. It comes down behind the back. My right hand walks up. And you can play with moving it further if you'd like. And then a little extra motion if that feels good in your shoulders. Okay, and we'll go ahead and do that on the opposite side. So you're going to hold on to the strap with your right hand. Come through, don't hit yourself in the face. Back up. And then moving if you'd like. All right, and letting that go. And then we'll use the strap again. And here, a nice way to do this is you can play with how much you feel this by making your hands wider or more narrow. So we'll come up towards the ceiling. This is plenty. If you feel this, stop here and start to play with just moving forward and back until you get to a place that works. If you'd like a little bit more, once you get to the strap over your head, you can start to play with moving it behind you. So the more wide I have my grip, the more range of motion I have. So start out as wide as you want. And then if you'd like to start to really get into those rotator cuffs, but of course we want to be sensitive and mindful, start to walk the hands towards one another. And then if you'd like to play with this full range of motion, this is also an option for you. But please go very, very gentle here and start slow. And maybe give it a try one day and wait until the next morning and see how you feel, because you don't want to strain anything. It's not worth it. There's no grade in yoga, that's what I always think. So I don't know why people try and kill themselves. It's supposed to feel good, not bad. So then let's do some little leg stretches. Again, we'll go ahead and use the strap. I'm going to put the strap underneath my foot, and I'm going to extend my foot out wide. See if I can feel a little bit of a stretch in my leg here. Always keeping a micro bend in the knee. And then if you'd like to play with a little bit more, you can move the leg out towards one side and then back towards center and down. Do the same thing with the opposite leg, stretching out. And you can play with all kinds of things here, so I'll show you this from the side. Micro bend in the knee always. Straight back to as much as possible, but it's more important that you feel comfortable than you're straight. And if you want to play with moving your hands towards your foot, you can do that. See if that helps with flexibility, just something to work towards. Even if you wind up getting all the way to your foot, maybe you can play with moving your leg up or down, or just do it from here. So all you want to do is figure out a place where you feel stretched, not strained. So go ahead and take that same leg, move it over to the side, being mindful of this knee too, not locking out that knee. Back to center, and let that go. We'll go ahead and let all that go. We're going to do some really gentle back bends from a seated position too. So hands can come to the back of your chair. Think of opening your chest up to the ceiling, and head's going to drop back. And then let that go. We'll do 3 of these. Again, hand to the backs of the chair, opening up through the chest. Maybe even you feel an opening through your belly. And back down. And even if the hands want to stay on I'll show you the last one, with hands just staying on the thighs. All we're trying to do is get a nice gentle stretch. And go ahead and let that go. Now we'll do a couple more arm stretches. We've been opening up the chest. Let's get a little bit more into opening up of the triceps and biceps. So you may remember this stretch is kind of a classic. But I have my right hand come across my body. My left hand is bent. Sort of my elbows are meeting. But if this causes pain, play with different areas. Play with this. Whatever works best in your body. We'll flip sides. And the interesting thing is everybody is different, as everybody knows by now, but you can have a lot of flexibility in some places and then very little flexibility in others, and you can work towards more flexibility. But sometimes anatomy prevents us from doing things. People are jointed differently. So just be mindful of that. Stretch, not strain, is what I like to think of. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more neck rolls. So I'm going to take my hands this time, a little bit more powerful neck roll, and I'm just going to relax all the way down. And then come back, and I'm going to hold my head up with my hands so my hands are interlaced. But again, if the interlace doesn't feel good, all you need is really the hands at the base of the neck. Come back. One more time. And back. Let all that go. Shake everything out. We'll end class the way we end every yoga class in Shavasana. You can do Shavasana from a seat. It's seated meditation, right? So again, finding a nice comfortable seat. Eyes can close. I like to keep my palms open, but you don't have to. You can even hug yourself if that feels better. And take a couple seconds to just relax. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser, a little bit more relaxed than when you started. As you're ready, flicker the eyelids open. Smile. That's the most important yoga move I can think of. And thank you so much for going through this short chair yoga practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Namaste.